Hello everybody, ciao a tutti and welcome to Art with Ms.B. Today we are going to create a beautiful colorful mandala. For this project you need your art journal or a white piece of paper, a pencil for drawing, something circular to trace the circle, regular tip black Sharpie, a fine tip black Sharpie, alcohol markers, any brand that you have available, or just regular marker. We're going to work on the color purple, so we're going to use different tint, tones and shades of purple. Remember to subscribe to my channel to support me through membership if you feel like my videos, and let me know in the comment. I'm gonna switch the camera so we can start. Ciao! Okay guys, this is our circular object. You can use whatever you have available in the house. I'm gonna trace with the pencil first. I will remove it, and then with the regular black Sharpie I will go over the outline of this beautiful circle that we will turn into a mandala. Let's see. Sorry, I do my best not to turn the paper, but sometimes it is a little tricky for me, so the black might not be perfect. If you want to double the thickness, go ahead. I use it as a method to cover some tiny little imperfection or mistakes, but at the end I love the result because it's gonna give me really more I don't know, more an organic feeling, and I don't like things where they are too perfect. Now with the same Sharpie, if you want to do this process with the pencil, go ahead and do first with the pencil just to be sure, otherwise very slow, trust your intuition. We're gonna do some nice swirl inside the circle. We're going to make sure that somehow they will overlap, right? So the quality of the line is the same. We are working with swirl, very, twisted lines, but we can change a little bit the direction from line to line. We want to have it rich and with nice intersection. Now we are going to switch to our extra fine Sharpie that allowed us to create smaller details, and it's something that I love to do. I love to enrich basically the intersections between the lines, creating this beautiful net effect. Pretend that you have to draw half diamonds or diamonds every time that the lines intersect with the circle or they intersect within each other. And then we color it inside with black. This step requires a little bit of patience, right? It takes a little while, but then once it is done, it will truly enhance the design and it will make it look very beautiful. And at the same time, remember that when we do this type of practice, it's because we want to work also on relaxation that comes through repetition of the same element over and over, because when we repeat something we can relax our mind because we know what we are doing, because we're just repeating the same things, right? And at the same time we need to stay focused and avoid mistakes or avoid to forget something, like, so we stay very connected with this practice with our hands, with the paper, with the beautiful black mark that we are leaving on the paper. It's something really permanent, right? So we are creating statements, and this will increase also our sense of self-awareness, self-determination. Also, it is extremely good exercise for our fine motor skills. because we become better and better in tracing some type of lines, in coloring into details. And the success of this design is, of course, implied in the practice itself. So no matter how expert you are, how old you are, you will have a beautiful, colorful design. And you see how such a small details can truly change the nature of a design and kind of making already more interesting, another level of complexity, even when something is not complex at all. Checking over here. And of course, when we start the coloring inside, if we see that we forgot some of these black details, we can go back with the black on top, because black is the darkest of the color, actually is the tone, and it will change, and it will work perfectly also on top of the markers that you will use. Now, to color this design, I will only use purple. So I will use not this, of course, the hue, which is the pure color of purple, and then the different tint and tones and shades. Remember that tints is when the pure color gets mixed with white. Shades is when it is, tones is when the pure color is mixed with gray, and then a shade when the pure color is mixed with black. So we are going to use a light, medium, and dark type of purple, warm and cold, and you can repeat one color more than one time. I'm using Shuttle Art alcohol markers, and if you're using the same, you can follow. This is actually the lavender number 83. If you have a different brand and different markers, just use what you have available. If you're doing this practice and you only have just traditional markers or a limited palette, remember that you can use the purple that you have, you can mix it maybe with some of the red, with some of the pink, and so you can play overlapping the purple with different colors and see what you have available. So you can kind of expand with creativity your color palette. And if you like a specific color or specific tint, or tones or shade of purple, I suggest you to use it, multiple times everywhere you think that is fine with your personality. So just be spontaneous. You do not overthink where you're putting the color. Just relax. Find your space and your pace and color this beautiful design. I decided to use the color purple today because I do not use it very often, but I recently, as some of you might know, I have a website online, and there is a section of the website that is dedicated to a blog. I love to write, and I love to write about art, art history, art practices, healing with art, and different topics related to art. And my latest post was about the color purple, how the color purple was used in the past in ancient art that was destined to royalty and divinity, because it was extremely difficult to create. So the pigment was difficult and very expensive to make, and how purple is associated with our crown, so the chakra, the highest chakra. And so there are many different informations that you will find if you want to read my blog about the color purple. And so because it has very, very strong healing power, right? It connects us with our highest mind, ideas, spirituality, inner self. I decided to use it for this beautiful mandala, which is a design inside the circle. And I decided to use it to kind of meditate and reflect a little more on the power of the color purple. And we have some colder purple. These two were pretty cold. We have instead some warmer, right? When you can see a little bit more of the red element in it. And so each tint and tones might touch a different side of our personality, of our mind, right? It will impact visually this design in a different way. And at the end, you will have a specific feeling while looking at the design that you created, according to how much warm or cold purples did you use. How many times you repeated a specific tint or tone. This is a beautiful orchid 77 in my palette. It's nice. It's similar to lavender but very warm. They're kind of two pastel purples with different qualities. And in this type of practice, then we focus on one specific hue, so one specific color. I feel that is a beautiful opportunity to investigate the different qualities of the same hue, right? When it's a little more intense and vibrant, what is more closer to the pure color, what is more instead pastel and delicate and gentle. How does it change the feeling that we nurture around this color? and be spontaneous in the way that you want to place the color, even if it happened that you have the same color close by. Because of this beautiful black line, you will still be able to distinguish the different sections of the design, these different organic shapes that we created by just using a swirl type of line. So just do not overthink. There is nothing that could be wrong, and that is truly, whatever is going to be the final result is going to be just perfect the way it is, because it was meant to be. Let's see this light violet V2, which is instead very dark and intense, beautiful, but with a little more red than this one, the first one that we used. So nice and intense, bold for sure, and very impactful on our design. I would say that this is the perfect activity to accompany the reading, so you can visit my website, and in the description box you will find the link to follow. You can read the blog about the color purple, and then you can do the activity, or you can do the activity and then read the article that I wrote, and kind of keep your design close to you and see if you resonate with some things that I wrote about, if you kind of, can see it in your design and in the application of the color purple that you decided to do for this practice. I will probably, because I truly love mandalas, I love when designs are included in a circle. If you are new to this channel, I encourage you to subscribe and do other practices that I published, where I do this type of scribbling design, not inside a circle, and you can compare and contrast the two practices when you do it inside a circle and when you do not. Let's see. Let's try this violet mist, very light, D75. And you will notice, for example, as I do, that when you do the same type of design inside the circle, there is this beautiful idea of containment, this embracement, that probably it's more, to me, is more, impactful and brings me more benefit. I feel that it's easy to focus when I work inside a circle and inside a mandala. It's kind of makes me feel more connected with the design and with the practice. And the circle, it's probably my favorite geometrical shape, and it brings me like protections, this idea of protections, of embracement, and at the same time of inner focus. Because if we focus only on what is inside a circle, we don't focus on what is outside, and we don't worry about what it is, what is outside the circle. Now we are going to use a pale purple, 75. And this one is a very pinkish type of purple. It's definitely very warm, delicate, and it's a bridge between the purple and the pink. And now we have to choose. Maybe we are going to do a D82, a violet. It's very decisive color, darker than these, colder also, but still warm compared to the previous dark purple that we used. And let's close this design with the same color. And now if you want to work with the extra fine Sharpie and do some nice outlines, like some nice pattern on top, if you have acrylic markers, you can work with different purples on top of the alcohol markers, or you can leave it as simple as it is, and I will leave it like that. And I hope you enjoy this practice and you're satisfied with the result and with the process. Ciao!